Dear friends, greetings. I thought I will do something very different for you today, and a few techniques that we learned in India right from ancient times, and it's helpful if others in the world also start doing so. We do call it Vedic mathematics, but for those of you who love mathematics, or for those of you who hate mathematics because you hate numbers or you find it very difficult, and for some reason back in school or college you found it really difficult to absorb mathematics. I thought I'll do a few techniques here, just fun-filled techniques, something quite different. I never do such things, but this is just to enable us all to learn a little bit more. And if you're interested, you're most welcome to reach out to me for special sessions that we could do for each other one-on-one. And maybe your kids want to learn, maybe you want to learn as well. We could schedule something together. So let's start with some basics, right? So right from school, I had this problem with squaring numbers, right? I found it very difficult to square until I found a technique, thankfully, that made my life easier with squaring numbers. So let's start with five-digit numbers. So, for example, sorry, not five-digit, but numbers that end with five. So if we start with five, for example, it's obvious that all numbers that end with five will normally, when you square it, will be equal to 25. How do we know that? Because 5 squared equals 25. Right. So when we look at the next number that ends with 5, after 5, it's 15. Right. So how do we find 15 square? Very simply put, we know anyway that all numbers that end with 5 will normally have a product 25 at the end. So what do we need to do? 15 square is nothing else but it will end with 25. We just need to find out what is the number after 1. Now the number after 1 here is 2. So we just got to multiply 1 with 2. And that becomes 225. It's as simple as that. The next number that ends with 5 after 15 is 25. How do we find 25 square? Same concept. We know anyway that the numbers that when you square a number that ends with 5, the end would always be 25. So we put 25 here. We find out what is the number after 2. The number after 2 is 3. So we just multiply 2 with 3 and the answer is 6. Therefore the answer is 625. Let's take another number, 35 square. Right. Now we know very well, again, all numbers that are squared which have 5 in it, it will end with 25. So we just put 25 at the end. We multiply 3 into the next number. 3 multiplied by 4 happens to be 12. So the answer is 1225. Let's do something larger maybe. Maybe let's try 55 square. Right? Similarly, the answer would be 25 at the end. And because 5 has to be multiplied by 6, which is the next number after 5, the answer is 30. So it will be 3025. It is so simple, my dear friends, to do squaring of numbers starting with 5 and those that have 5 at the end. The concept remains the same. Let's try any other number, right? Let's take a simpler number, right? Suppose we want to find 9 into 9, right? A lot of children have problems with squaring other numbers that do not end with 5. So let's start with something very basic. If you look at the number 9, right? And we try to say 9 into 9, right? So we say 9 multiplied by 9 this way. It looks more like a G. Let me just make it look like 9. We know that if the base is 10, if the base equals 10, the 10 minus 1 equals 9, correct? 10 minus 1 equals 9, if the base is 10. So, similarly, 10 minus 1 equals 9. So, we just subtract 9 from 1, which is 8. We draw a line here. 1 into 1 is 1. Minus into minus is plus. So, the answer is 81. 9 nines are 81. Children don't even need to do the 9 tables. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36. They don't need to do that. You can find the answer in a very, very simple way. That's the beauty of the numbers. Let's try another method, right? Suppose one were to give to you What is 18 times 18? So you just put 18 here. You know very well, if the base equals 10, 18 is nothing else but 10 plus 8, right? It is just 10 plus 8. So we just put plus 8 here. And then write 18 here again, because it is 18 square, that's what you're trying to find out. So 18 plus 8, right? Because the base is 10, so 10 plus 8 equals 18, right? So you just draw a line here, and you try to either do it this way or that way. It doesn't really matter. The answer is going to be the same. So 18 plus 8 equals 26. 8 eights are 64. So you put 6 here, you put 4 here, sorry, and you put 6 here. Notice that it's a 2-digit number, so obviously you can't put 2 digits where the base is 10 in one side. What you need to do with the 6, you move it here, and you add these both. So the answer is nothing else but, you put 4 down, 6 plus 6 equals 12, you carry 1 here, 2 plus 1 equals 3. So the answer is 324. Very, very simply. Another method to do this same squaring, you just say, very simply put, 18 square, this is what you want to find out, right? Let me teach another method. 1 square is 1, correct? Now next you look at this number 8. 8 squares are 8 into 8 is 64. So you put 4 here, you carry 6 on top. Then you multiply 1 and 8. 1 8s are 8. Then you multiply 8 into 2. So 1 8s are 8, 8 2s are 16. You put 6 here, and you carry 1 here. And you total this up, it's just 4. Here it's 12. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. So the answer is 324. Isn't it quite simple, my dear friends, rather than having to do the longer method, which is 18 into 18, and trying to do it the lengthier way? What is the purpose? When maths can actually be made fun-loving and quite simple and easy to understand, right? So the whole purpose of trying to take you all through this video is to help you understand how simple it really is, So let's take another number, right? Let's try 94 square, right? So some people get scared as the numbers grow. In fact, as it grows, the process is still the same, and it is as simple as it were. Obviously, we got to learn the sutras that come along with Vedic mathematics, without which it can't become easy. But let me just show you one example, right? So let's take 94 square, and I'll show you another method of having to do this. Please remember, the nearest number, right? If you have to take a base, it's 100. The base, so let base be equal to 100, right? So 94 is just 6 numbers towards 100, or 100 minus 94 is equal to 6. Very simple, right? So the deficiency is 6, right? So what do? You just subtract 6 from 94, okay? So when you subtract 6, which is the deficiency, which is how many numbers 94 is less than 100 by, you just subtract 6 from 94, the answer is 88. Now the deficiency is 6, right? So you just got to square 6. 6 are 36. And in less than a few seconds, I have 94 square right in front of you through another method, right? This is the beauty of Vedic mathematics or ancient mathematics. And the beauty of all simple things is I have no clue why modern schools want to make simple things complex. I'm here to try to prove to you all that complex things can be made simple with simpler methodologies. When the concept is right, you can pretty much understand everything. I hope this has been quite encouraging to you all. It's my first video on mathematics. What I really vision is that our children and your children, wherever you are across the world, would be able to love this simple subject and try to make complex things simple. If you really have the intention to make complex things simple, please reach out to me. I will leave my number and my email ID in this video, and reach out to me. We can schedule a program, and if required, we can teach your children across the globe using the modern techniques that we have today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.